Good morning, everyone. It's Lori with Three Keys Astrology. For those of you who have been members of my Facebook group for the last year, you know that three keys equals our minds, our bodies, and our souls. Today's video is about what I have to offer you via my astrology business. For contact information, you can reach out to me about anything. Come to Ducky at threekeysastrology.com. My website, threekeysastrology.com, has all of my services available to you. So you come there to order any of the services I'm about to delineate for you. So what does Lori Carvelli offer at Three Keys Astrology? After a year of opening a business, I am delighted to continue my work that will be lifelong for me in astrology. And so the things that I offer you, first and foremost, recently is teaching. If you want to become an astrologer, invest in yourself. Give yourself about 2 years to completely learn beginning and advanced astrology with me. You can reach out to me about that. It's so exciting and I love it. That's the most exciting thing I'm doing currently, and I plan on continuing to do that for the rest of my life. Before a life-changing accident in 2006, I was studying to be a professor, and I did substitute teach for 3 years. So I'm very organized. I'm an intuitive astrologer, so you're going to learn with me methods that aren't taught by any other astrologer. I really help you mold and feel and get into the 5 dimensions of astrology, and all via your intuition, your intellect, and knowledge that you'll learn in this class. So I welcome you, and I think you're going to love it. Astrology changed my life, and it'll change yours. The other thing that I offer all of you, the world at large, is that we have a YouTube channel called Three Keys Astrology. On my YouTube channel, you'll find lots of valuable information pertaining to this time in this space in our world as we live and go through it together. On that channel, I also offer weekly horoscopes, and then I offer monthly horoscopes, and I do a preview of the year ahead for you at the beginning of every year. It comes out usually a couple, 3 months before we actually enter that new space and time demarked by the winter solstice. And because most of you are members of my Three Keys Astrology Facebook group, I gift everyone that's a new member a little mini reading. And in that mini reading, you are gifted your 3 keys. Those 3 keys are the essence and keys to every person on this planet, born on planet Earth. Their sun, their moon, and their rising sign give us so much information about their wants, their needs, and their purpose in this lifetime. It's unique to everyone. No 2 people of 4,000 readings that I have done are identical. It's just not the way God created us. So you'll get a lot of information on our YouTube channel that I make just for you. I have remedies, I have survival techniques, I have lots of astrological information that you can binge on and really get a feel for the personality, the energy of the planets. I even name them, some of them, so you can get a real feel for what this means and what it's like via your imagination, and then application to your own personal 3 keys. On that YouTube channel, I'm also going to encourage you, when you know your sun, moon, and rising sign, to view all 3 each month. When I do monthlies for all sign readings, input your 3 keys. For instance, if you have your sun in Leo, your moon in Gemini, and your rising sign in Sagittarius, you would view the videos for the month of whatever month we're in and input. See what Leo's video says, see what Sagittarius video says, see what Gemini's video says, because it'll be speaking to your moon, your sun, and your rising sign, the way you meet and greet the world at large. So that's really a third dimension of the way you can utilize those wonderful weekly and monthly forecasts that I provide to you. And astrology will astonish you. When you binge back through the channel that is a year old, you'll see remarkable predictions based on astrology and cosmological information. And that's what I read for you on our YouTube channel. What else do I offer? Well, I offer astrological consultations. So if in your life, and this happens to all of us, it's part of being part of the human race and facing the obstacles and challenges that life bring us through people and situations. So I offer astrological consultations for those moments in your life when maybe a plot twist threw you off course, maybe a diagnosis or a divorce or something unexpected or surprising came along. That's what they're for. They're for those pivotal points in your life when you're trying to decide between should I stay or should I go, no matter what the relationship is, career, what am I best at? Those astrological consultations will help you get back in touch with your soul purpose, which astrology clearly explains. So, plot twists, pivotal points in life, crossroads, forks in the roads, U-turns, unexpected things, questionable things, decisions between two or three things. The logic of astrology is 4,000 years old. This divination tool has been used by royal advisors, through royal advisors who were astrologers for every kingdom, the most powerful corporations, if you will, since the beginning of time. So on those astrology consults, you and I will meet via Zoom. It'll be invitation only, and the consults you can choose the payment accordingly, whether you want to consult with me for an hour or 2 hours. This is based on astrology. Now, I have a pretty heavy psychological background in my early collegiate education, and I am 59 years old, a mother and grandmother. And I've got a lot of life experiences, very high highs and deep, deep, dark lows. And that, besides my studying health modalities with New York Times bestselling authors, being a Reiki healer, I bring all of this to you. And that will be an offer that I'm doing via Zoom. So, astrological consultations, our YouTube channel that's free to everybody. Consults are paid for. Those are my services that sustain me in my life and through my business. Then I offer legacy readings. Whenever you hear me announce the service reading, it means that I'm doing the work privately, researching, using my astrological knowledge and intuition, and I write that out for you. And then I send it to you via email. So this is virtual work. So birth chart readings, legacy readings, Time Lord readings, here and now readings, parent and child readings, couples readings, everything that I offer to you is done in the privacy of your home, in the privacy of my home. These, I feel, are so necessary. I'm a writer for me to print because this new information is alchemy. And when you print that information, you have something you can keep forever via your email. So you go to my website, 3keysastrology.com, input your information, select your readings, pay through PayPal, and then I'll email that reading to you. Now, when you get specific readings, except for legacy and except for our astrological consults, I encourage you to find out what your birth time is. We've got vital statistics records companies all over the world, part of our government. that measures population and its needs. And that vital statistics records in your state capital or wherever your governance is, if you're in Europe, Asia, Australia, in both of the Americas, India, you need a birth time for specificity. So if you're contacting me about prediction in the coming year, the coming month, having a birth time is essential to the timing of the predictions that I give. So birth chart readings require a time. Legacy readings do not require a time. What is a legacy reading? A legacy reading, you're saying, Lori, what's a legacy reading? Well, I have Saturn and Aquarius in the 8th house. That's a very deep rooted house. It's in Aquarius, it's of astrology. And my chart completely says this person's an astrologer. Just like I've read for you and have said, if you're not a nurse, I'm not an astrologer. Yes, that's how clear your birth charts are. They're amazing. So a legacy reading is for those of us that are interested in our ancestry and our roots. They speak about those 12 tribes of Israel that are talked about in the Bible that end up being groups of people on continents via heredity and genetic material. That's our legacy. That's our heritage. So if you've done the legwork through Ancestry.com or your own research, I don't need a birth time because these are the relatives of ours that are deceased. This birth times talk about what we're going to do in this lifetime. They've already had a lifetime. But just like genetics repeat through generations, grandparents and grandchildren are more similar genetically than our children to their parents. And it's a fascinating little swirl of the twirls and threads of DNA that God created in His majesty. And so, legacy readings, as long as you give me a birth date, I have gone back as early as 1828 in my legacy readings, and they're a joy. And when I've done readings for your whole family, I'll tell you for whom those family members now are more similar to those relatives that you had then. And we have a lot to be thankful for because everything that we are means that our ancestors, because we're alive today, we've survived plagues and floods and natural disasters because of our strong DNA and our lineage and God's divine plan. So let's recap. I offer you a YouTube channel. When you become a member of my 3 Keys Astrology group, you get a free 3 Keys Astrology mini reading. I offer astrology consults via Zoom so that we're together one-on-one virtually discussing for an hour or 2 hours at the most, depending on what you pay for. A consult about your critical times now, your questions now, your indecision now, any confusion now. I help you clear all that up with cosmological information. I offer legacy readings. I offer birth chart readings. I offer here and now readings. And that's an intensive reading about the energy that's going on in the world right now, juxtaposed against your own personal astrology. Because we are not all alike. And those very reasons are why we get into crossroads and forks in the roads, why we get married, why we have divorce, why we have children. Differences are things to be delighted about, but for the wrong people, they can be collisions and heartbreak and heartache. And we don't want you to live like that. I'm a very caring astrologer, and time goes fast. Like I said, I'm approaching my 59th birthday, and I can't believe I've been alive for almost 6 decades. It goes really fast. So enjoy the time that you have. And astrology will help you synthesize time, space, and your relationships. Then I offer, this is my favorite reading to do. And remember when I said everything that says reading implies that I email this information to you. You print it and you can keep it forever. Come back and look at it again. And look at it again in a week. Look at it again in a month. Look at it again. And everything magically starts to make sense. It's incredible. These Time Lord readings are my very favorite readings because they come from ancient astrology. the Greek and Egyptian schools of astrology from some of my very favorite archaic and medieval heroes, the philosophers, the theosophists, and some of the most amazing medical doctors, where they were the first astrologers, first astronomers, were all astrologers, as were the three wise men who went to, by the guiding light of the Star of Bethlehem, to see this baby Jesus that would come to be our Savior in the world. Astrology is really cool. It's not pop culture. It's not, it can be made to be fun and silly and pop culture-ish, but its roots are ancient. It is one of the oldest arts and sciences in the world that are mathematics, geometry, medicine, astronomy, all have interwoven threads to this amazing art and science. It's an intellectual subject, and it's for scholars. So the Time Lord reading is my favorite because one of the planets in the constellations belongs to you for a year. That's incredible information to know and for you to work with. And in your Time Lord reading, I'll lay out month by month that whole year for you. It's a wonderful gift to give for birthdays. For each and every birthday year, something new is born through our sun. And it's good to know when you have those planets, especially when Venus and Jupiter come to shower their energy in your life, because those can be some of the best years of your life. And we all know this if you've been alive for at least 20 years. Some years are difficult. They're learning years, challenging years. And some years are so sweet, they're forever in our memories. So the Time Lord reading is wonderful. What else do I offer? Readings for couples. This is so important for anyone deciding to get married, to be engaged when you're in love, because I want you to be able to communicate and understand each other. And these relationships are golden. It'll help you. Insight is what my eyes see through intuition and this magic art and science. I'll write out for you and help you understand your partner in ways you've never understood before, even if you've been married for 25 years. So couples readings are so delicious because we're meant to couple. We're meant to relate. We're meant to mate. And I want you to do that fruitfully, feeling secure, feeling supported and adored, feeling connected, and feeling excited, about living your life with your partner. Couples readings. Again, those are emailed. You put all the information into my website, necessary birth times, and then I'll send that out to you. Then I offer parent and child relationships, no matter how old you are. This again is like the couples readings, giving you insights. If your children are younger, this is great guidance for parents to steer the child and understand him or her emotionally, physically, and mentally. If your children are in high school, teenage kids love readings, and it can help them understand and remember what gifts they have for a future career or schools or even places to live. It's really interesting. So parent and child relationships, even an adult that are difficult, can offer you insight and help you get along. I love those. Monthly maps. These readings are also written, and each month you can contact me and order your monthly map. And that matches, just like the YouTube channel that shows weekly and monthly scopes, this is highly personalized. This includes your whole chart and all the planets and the energy that comprises your soul, your mind, your body, and the way you think in the world. I match that and contrast and compare the energy at large every month to you personally. So those are lovely. So if you don't have the time to sit in a Zoom meeting with me for a consult, you can just fill out your information, go to my website, 3keysastrology.com, pay for that reading, and I'll email it to you. Those are great tools. And those monthly maps, after you've got lots of clients using that service, you can keep those and then review your year at the new year and say, wow, Astrology really has taught me so much. Then I offer these two readings are delicious. Your 3 Keys Astrology reading that I gift you when you become a member of my Facebook group is just a mini reading, a little mini. I know I make them pretty informative, and I thank you for your appreciation. So many of you love them. So many of you are odd because 99% of us are strangers. Of those 4,000 readings that I've done, 98.5% of you have been strangers all over the world. I've read. And you can't believe that this little tiny wheel with these symbols speak the truth, but they do. And it's pretty amazing, the insights that come when you practice astrology. You get a little bit of heaven's favor for helping people remember who they are. And that's why I encourage you to become a student. This work is very fulfilling. And this work is, it fills your heart up like nothing I have ever done in my life, except having my babies and having their arms around my neck and their love. That's better than anything. Okay, so your 3 Keys in-depth readings are a compilation and a more substantive concentration of those 3 Keys readings. They're really, really good. So you have 3 keys. Well, keys unlock doors. Keys open doors. Keys help you travel. But you need a key ring. So I offer, this is the best. Another dimension of helping you understand yourself and others when you get the keychain readings. Because when you have keys, you can lose them unless they're attached and secured on a keychain. And this very dynamic keychain reading really helps you, like I said, open doors, safely travel. And because you'll have that whole keychain, it's accessible to all the dynamic energy that's going on in your life and will for your entire life. This never changes. The 3 keys never change in your life, and neither do your 3 keys keychain readings. So those are very dynamic. They'll open doors. They'll help you travel securely through space and time, and they're really important. And 3 keys, mind, body, and soul, the most sacred parts of ourselves and the essence of our spirit that's God given, that's just in this little physical body for a while, contained where you can always find them. Know where they are will give you so much. So I encourage you, that's the Time Lord reading is my very favorite, and then the keychain reading after you know your 3 keys in depth are probably the best things besides astrology school, mine, the intuitive astrology method to learn. So I offer those. And then I have on Tuesdays, Living Astrology. Now, please be mindful that this is a business. This isn't fun and games. This is how I support myself. So on Tuesdays, Living Astrology, we get together and talk about astrology. I'm doing it through Facebook Live and through Zoom by invitation only. The people that come in through Zoom have better access to me. So questions and interactions and interplay. There's a small fee for that, but it's because this is my livelihood. And just like I'm serving you and your family's needs, I also need support and financial security. So Tuesdays Living Astrology is another service I offer at 7 p.m. every Tuesday. The best of all is that I teach. And all of you that have any of your 3 keys in water will love my methods because we were gifted compassion and healing energy and that third eye interest in other people. But it doesn't matter what your 3 keys are in. If you're a member of my astrology group, if you're watching this YouTube channel, you already love the possibilities. So these are my services. I've explained how they work. And whenever you see the word readings, it's emailed to you. Consult is in person via Zoom virtually. And then astrology consults for an hour or two, depending on the situation. And I'll analyze your birth chart before we meet online and talk. And then those Zoom meetings on Tuesday nights, Living Astrology, where you can have direct questions and interaction with me for our subject matter that week. And again, my contact information is go to my website, threekeysastrology.com, and where you can pay for your services, my services, via PayPal. And it's just wonderful. I love it. Thank you for being with me and joining me this whole last year of my incredible business endeavor. It's been so rewarding, and thank you so much for contacting me about astrology school. It is, I want to teach every single day, 5 days a week, until I die. I love it. And you guys have given me so much positive feedback. Thank you so much. I've attracted some really brilliant students and really brilliant Three Keys Astrology members, and I love you and I care about you. So you can reach me at ducky@threekeysastrology.com. You can always talk to me on Facebook. I post every week. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you use my services for the rest of your life. God's blessed me. I'm a really good astrologer. And through some pretty hard knocks to the head, I've been opened up some incredible insight that show in my readings. You'll see. So you take care. I love you guys. The date is February the 12th. It's almost Valentine's Day. So I hope you enjoy, if you've watched the channel, have a 3-day love fest I've recommended for your Valentines, your children, your lovers, your parents, your husband, your wives. There's nothing that cements good relationship like the bonds that are shared in mutual respect, honoring one another, and especially loving one another that way. So happy Valentine's Day. Come and order my services, threekeysastrology.com. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.